Alright guys, Tom here and welcome to a new video. Can we absolutely smash the likes if you enjoyed the ending to WWE Battleground? If we can get 3 likes on today's video, that would be absolutely insane. You're in the right place if you watch the pay-per-view. This is my thoughts on WWE Battleground. I review every single pay-per-view. I've been doing it for 3 years now. This is the place you want to be, so subscribe to pay-per-view reviews. Anyway, let's get on to WWE Battleground. I went into this show not really expecting too much. I wasn't excited. I didn't really care a lot for the matches, but honestly, I'm coming out of WWE Battleground actually really happy. I actually thought that was a decent show. We got a lot from it, and honestly, most of the matches were really good. So we kicked off the show with Sheamus against Randy Orton. Now this match didn't make sense. Nobody knew why it was happening. Nobody cared about it. It felt like it was 2010, but actually it was a really good match. Nobody expected that they'd care for it, but actually at the end of the match we cared a hell of a lot for it, and it was actually worth being on the show. It was entertaining and it was non-stop action and a really good match. I mean, the feud meant nothing, but it was a good wrestling match and a really good way to start the show. Now, we didn't care for it, but honestly it was good, and you can't complain that it was a good wrestling match. Now, Randy Orton getting the win kind of has me scratching my head a little bit, because Sheamus has won the briefcase, but ever since he won it, he's absolutely done nothing. He's lost every single match. So I thought surely Sheamus should win. Now, it was in Randy Orton's hometown, so that's probably why they gave him the win. But honestly, it kind of reminds me of Damien Sandow when he won the briefcase. He lost every single match after he won the briefcase, and then guess what happened? He got buried by John Cena. And that's exactly what they're doing with Sheamus. He's losing every single match since winning that briefcase. He's lost every single credibility. It just doesn't feel like he's the rightful owner of that briefcase. And I'm just really disappointed how they're handling Sheamus at the moment. What are they doing? Why did they need to give the win to Randy Orton here? What is Randy Orton going to do with the win over Sheamus? Sheamus should have gone over here. I have no idea what they're playing at. Come on, Sheamus. Do not get buried like Damien Sandow. But all in all, it was a good wrestling match, and it's going to get a good thumbs up from me. The next match was actually the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the Primetime Players against the New Day. Now, this was another match I really didn't expect myself to enjoy as much as I did. Now, we've seen the New Day and the Primetime Players have matches after matches against each other over the last 5 weeks on Monday Night Raw, so I was not excited about this match whatsoever. But once again, it delivered, and it was a really good match. It was awesome. Once again, the New Day have an amazing tag team match. These guys always put on a good show, and even the Primetime Players have really stepped up since becoming the champions. It was a very entertaining match. Really enjoyed it. Xavier Woods is so fucking annoying, but plays his part so well. The New Day's promo before the match was great. These guys are awesome. It's sad that they have to take a loss on the pay-per-view, but honestly, the Primetime Players were never dropping the titles here. It was a bit of a predictable match, but it was really entertaining. Both teams looked great. They've really stepped up since becoming the champions, the Primetime Players. Wasn't expecting to like this match as much as I did, but it was really good, and I'm glad the Primetime Players retained, because that's exactly what needed to happen here. And all in all, it's going to get a thumbs up from me. The next match was Bray Wyatt against Roman Reigns, which once again wasn't really a match I was bothered about. This feud never really made sense to me. I mean, Bray Wyatt randomly attacking Roman Reigns in the Money in the Bank match. Nobody knows why that happened. It's one of those feuds where it just comes out of nowhere. They have no idea how they want to set it up. They just know that they want this match to happen at a pay-per-view, so they'll just go with it. And the attack never made any sense whatsoever. But honestly, once again, a really good match. This was one of the best matches on the card. It was really good. The best move that they did was probably when Roman Reigns was going to that kick when Bray Wyatt's head was on the ring apron, and then Bray Wyatt went for a clothesline. That was freaking amazing. I really enjoyed this match. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, but it was awesome. Both guys looked really good, and I'm really thankful that they didn't go the predictable route with having Roman Reigns go over here. They seemed to push they seem to push Roman Reigns way too much. And it kind of reminds me a bit of Randy Orton. I mean, he's like almost as bad as John Cena. And when he went over at the start of the show over Sheamus, it reminded me of John Cena. But honestly, Roman Reigns put over Bray Wyatt here. And they could have gone with the predictable route of putting over Roman Reigns, the golden boy. But they didn't. They gave the win to Bray Wyatt, who definitely needed the win here. And that's exactly what they did. And it was a great match. And I'm glad they didn't go for the predictable route. But maybe with Bray Wyatt getting the win, it might suggest we're getting a rematch between Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. I'm not sure if I can put up with another 5 weeks of Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. The match was good at the pay-per-view, but the build towards it was a bit lackluster and nobody really cared about it. I'm not sure if I'm excited for another 5-week build, but the matches are good, so who cares? It was pretty good. I'm going to give it a thumbs up as well. Luke Harper's attack at the end was a bit weird. Why he didn't get disqualified, I have no idea. Apparently, the referee was distracted picking up some chairs, but that was kind of weird that he didn't get disqualified. But it was cool. It came out of nowhere. You didn't expect it. And then when Luke Harper zipped off his hoodie, it was awesome. I mean, the camera kind of didn't fully focus on Luke Harper until the end, so you had no idea who it was. So it was pretty cool at the end where kind of the Wyatt family reunited. Are the Wyatt family coming back? I'm not sure. Is this just a one-off thing? Really miss the Wyatt family, so that would be a cool, maybe they're hinting at something there. But honestly, great match. Bray Wyatt didn't lose cleanly here, obviously with the attack from Luke Harper, so that protects Roman Reigns a little bit. And also Bray Wyatt getting that heel finish with help from his old buddy. So all in all, it put both guys over and a really good match. So that's going to get a thumbs up from me. Now, the next match was a triple threat match for the, well, it was Team Paige versus Team Nikki Bella versus kind of Team Naomi, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Brie Bella. Now, this was a pretty good match. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't as good as I thought it'd be, but it was a good way. It was a good way to showcase the NXT Divas, and I think it's a really cool way that they brought them up. It was an okay match. Nothing too fantastic, nothing amazing. I think it went on for a bit too long. Kind of annoying that this match really just happened because it basically means Nikki Bella gets to hold on to her title for another month, because obviously she wasn't defending her title on this pay-per-view, so this kind of replaced it. So this was kind of just an excuse to have Nikki Bella hold the title for much longer, which is kind of annoying. The match was okay. Brie Bella, I just hate. I can't stand her. Sasha Banks looked great. Charlotte looked great. The ending was cool. The crowd popped for Charlotte with the figure eight. Everything about that was awesome. But yeah, it could have been better. It wasn't the best Divas match. It probably wasn't even the best Divas match of the year. But it was cool. It's nice to see these Divas getting a pay-per-view spot. And all in all, it's going to get a thumbs up from me. The pay-per-view was so good. I'm trying to not complain about anything. But yeah, it was a decent Divas match. Nothing too bad about that. The US Championship match, John Cena against Kevin Owens. I predicted John Cena was going to win, and John Cena won, so I'm not too bothered about that. The only thing I'm bothered about is the ending and how Kevin Owens lost. Sorry. Yeah, we've got a few things to talk about here. I'm trying not to complain, but there's a few things that need to be said here. The match at Money in the Bank should have been for the US title. I don't know why we had to wait this long to get a US Championship match. They probably should have added a stipulation here, like a no DQ, a steel cage, something to take our fancy, because honestly, this was pretty much the third time we've seen these guys go at it, and there was like nothing different to what we'd seen before. It just felt like we'd been there before, and it wasn't as good as the times before either. The match was not as entertaining as the other two matches. By far, I don't find it entertaining. Like, the other two matches were way better than this one, and it would have been better if they added a stipulation which made it feel a little bit different. But all in all, it still was one of the best matches on the card. It just felt like we'd been there before, but it was a great match. It was a good match. I'm not saying it was bad. It was just the fact that we'd already seen it before and they didn't really bring anything else to the table. The ending, come on, right. I don't mind John Cena going over because his open challenges are great. His US challenges are amazing. His matches against Cesaro were fucking awesome. So I have no problem with John Cena still being the champion. He's definitely brought prestige to it. He's definitely made it feel like a top championship. I mean, the US Championship almost feels more important than the World Heavyweight Championship at this point. Cena is a lot more entertaining than Rollins. You can't say he isn't. Now, I have no problem with Cena retaining here, but Kevin Owens tapping out in the middle of the ring, do they really need to do that? I mean, 2 minutes before this happened, John Cena hit an AA off the top rope. Why couldn't that have been the finish? Why does Kevin Owens have to tap out in the middle of the ring? He looks weak as fuck. And the worst thing is, Kevin Owens looks like he got lucky against John Cena. I mean, yes, Kevin Owens got a win against John Cena in their first match, but the fact that he's lost twice in a row to John Cena now, it looks like he got lucky on the first match, and the first match barely means anything. And the same thing happened to Rusev, the same thing happened to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's sort of getting back there, but he's never really recovered. And Rusev, we barely see Rusev anymore. So I'm really annoyed that Kevin Owens had to lose here. It might be better for the US Championship in the long run, but did Kevin Owens really have to tap out in the middle of the ring? But it was a good match. You can't say it wasn't a good match. It was great, cool, but did Owens have to tap out in the middle of the ring? No, he bloody well didn't. Anyway, it's going to get a thumbs up from me because it was a great match. And I think they're setting up a Cesaro win at SummerSlam. I think Cesaro is going to beat John Cena for the US title at SummerSlam. Because if ever Kevin Owens can't do it, this should be the end of the feud now. Because I don't think I could stand another match between these two. I think we're either getting Cesaro against John Cena or Cesaro and Owens against John Cena for the US title. Anything like that. If Cesaro wins at SummerSlam, I will be fucking pumped. So that will get a thumbs up from me. Anyway, the last match was the World Heavyweight Championship match, or just the WWE Championship match. I wish they'd call it the WWE Championship. It's such a mouthful saying WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Just call it the WWE title. Anyway, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Now, I didn't know where this match was going. I thought, since Brock Lesnar had been booked on so many shows going into this match, I think he's been on like the last 3 Monday Night Raws. They flew him out to Japan. They broke a $50,000 Cadillac. I mean, they spent a lot of money building Brock Lesnar up for this match. I felt like he had to walk out as champion. I mean, there was no J&J, there was no Kane. It was all set up for Brock to walk out as champion. That was no question. So I thought, yeah, he's got to walk out as champion. There's no question about it. I didn't think Seth Rollins was retaining here, so it was sort of unpredictable when the ending happened. We all knew that Undertaker was supposed to be coming back either tonight or on Monday Night Raw. The internet sort of ruined it, but it was still fucking epic. Brock Lesnar's F5, he's going for the pin, dong, Undertaker comes out. There's nothing better than the Undertaker coming out during the middle of the match. It made me remember SummerSlam 2010, Jeff Hardy and CM Punk, something like that. Oh my god, this was absolutely amazing. Goosebumps were so, oh my god, this was great. Undertaker against Brock Lesnar. For Brock Lesnar to get, well, Undertaker's going to get his retribution on Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. It's going to be amazing. This was fucking awesome. 2 tombstone pile drivers. It does not get much better than that. The match itself between Rollins and Brock was kind of shitty. I thought it was crap because the only thing you did was suplexes. I mean, yes, they've all built it around this Suplex City thing, but it didn't actually make for a very entertaining match. But The Undertaker kind of saved it. This was amazing. This is going to be so good. I can't wait for it. Undertaker looks absolutely awesome with that short hair. Anyway, I think it was cool that he just walked out and ended the show like that. Rollins is still the champ. Kind of pissed me off a bit. I'm getting really bored of Seth Rollins being the champion. But Undertaker returning, that's better, isn't it? That's much better. But Rollins still the champ. I hoped that he dropped the title here, but it looks like we're going to get SummerSlam with Seth Rollins, which I wasn't looking forward to, but yeah. I don't know who Seth Rollins is going to face. Is it Triple H? Is it Kane? Who knows? I'm just getting really bored of Seth Rollins being the champion, but Undertaker's back. Can't wait for Monday Night Raw. Overall, this was a really good pay-per-view. The build towards it wasn't so good. The match is delivered, however, and I think this was a really, really, really good pay-per-view. It's going to get an 8 out of 10 from me. If you guys have an opinion, you can share it in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, Like me on Facebook, both the links are in the description. Subscribe for more pay-per-view reviews, and my universe mode on 2K15 has just uploaded, so check that one out as well. Thanks for watching, guys. 8 out of 10, it doesn't get much better than that. Thanks for watching, take care, spike your hair.